Hi, welcome. Perimenopause can be a very worrisome and confusing time, especially when you don't have the information you need to properly prepare yourself for the transition. So in this video, I'm going back to basics. I'm going to inform you on all of the important things you need to know to get you through perimenopause well informed and without fear. The very first thing I need to cover is what is perimenopause. It is the period of time before your cycles stop for good. During this time, the ovaries are slowly packing up shop and getting ready to retire, and hormones begin to shift. Progesterone is usually the first to drop. This transition occurs in midlife, but there is no magical age of onset, despite what some doctors tell their patients. Many women share with me that they've been told they're too young, and they're worried because there's all sorts of things going on and they can't explain them. The truth of the matter is, perimenopause can begin any time between your late 30s and early 50s, and can even start earlier than that if extenuating circumstances come into play. So please, ladies, do not discount perimenopause as the cause of your weirdness simply because you're 37 and everybody's telling you you're too young. What about testing? Are there tests available to check for perimenopause if the age of onset range is so wide? Yes, there are hormone tests available to check for menopause. Unfortunately, those tests are mostly useful for diagnosing post-menopause. During perimenopause, hormones are all over the place, and progesterone is usually the first to drop. So estrogen tests are more than likely going to come back normal, and FSH levels change constantly, day to day, hour to hour. So you are more than likely going to be told by your doctor that you are completely fine and sent packing, leaving you worried about what the heck is going on, even though the problem is more than likely perimenopause despite the normal test results. So how do you know when perimenopause has started then, if hormone testing is completely unreliable in the early stages? Most women notice subtle changes and weirdness that is completely unlike them, which usually causes a little bit of worry and prompts a visit to the doctor. Fatigue, moodiness, irritability, forgetfulness, clumsiness, headaches, and minor digestive complaints are common in the beginning. They occur due to hormonal shifts, and they begin long before cycle changes occur, which is what prompts most of the confusion. Be aware that periods will be regular for some time in early perimenopause, even though hormones are becoming unbalanced. So pay attention for anything unusual or out of the blue. It may be your first indication that perimenopause has begun. Are there other symptoms that can occur aside from the early perimenopause clues? Oh my, yes. Where do I begin? There are over 100 possible symptoms that can occur during your transition. Some women are beyond blessed and will be lucky enough not to suffer more than 1 or 2 symptoms. But the majority of women will be plagued with a variety of symptoms in the years leading up to postmenopause. Some symptoms are simply a nuisance, others uncomfortable, maybe a bit worrisome, and a select few are downright scary. I have 2 videos detailing 100 symptoms between the 2 of them. I will leave the links to those videos at the end of this video and in the description if you're interested in finding out more about all of the possible symptoms. Suffice to say that perimenopause can cause some frustrating, bothersome, painful, and concerning changes to the body, which can result in fear when perimenopause is not properly identified as the cause. It doesn't sound like a very pleasant experience for many of you. I know. I'm one of those ladies that suffers a long list of symptoms. So the next logical thing to discuss is, how long is this all going to last? How long is perimenopause? The length of time from the beginning of perimenopause to the day you hit menopause is as wide as the range for age of onset, unfortunately. Perimenopause can last anywhere from a couple of years to over a decade. The average is about 4 years. How you feel and the symptoms you experience will change from early to mid to late perimenopause. You will notice your periods go from regular to wonky to all over the place to absent. I have a video to help you determine which stage of perimenopause you're in, if you're interested in finding out how close you actually are to menopause. I will leave the link to that video as well at the end of this video and in the description. What happens if you're one of those unlucky ones struggling through perimenopause for over a decade? That is forever when you have a list of symptoms. Do the symptoms ever go away? When you finally reach menopause, does life go back to normal? The good news is many symptoms will drop off when the erratic nature of hormones settles in postmenopause. The bad news is the symptoms that are primarily caused by low estrogen may persist or even begin in postmenopause. Sorry, ladies. Every one of you is unique, so there is no one-size-fits-all answer to any question pertaining to menopause. Some women feel fantastic the minute they hit menopause. Others suffer some symptoms for some time in postmenopause, but they begin to decrease in intensity and eventually disappear. A few deal with symptoms long term. The nature and intensity of some of the symptoms is one of the reasons that some women choose to pursue a treatment plan. How do you know when you're officially done perimenopause? When you have gone 12 months with no bleeding whatsoever, you have officially reached menopause. Congratulations. Now you will likely go some months without a cycle and then begin to bleed or spot out of nowhere and have to start your 12-month clock over again. This can happen several times and it is beyond frustrating and disheartening. But I assure you, you will eventually go 12 months cycle-free and be an official member of the Post-menopause Club. If you're interested in watching one of the videos that I mentioned earlier on symptoms or the stages of perimenopause, you can click on one of those videos right now. I wish you all health, happiness, and peace of body and mind. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.